Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
No, seriously, are you ready? Sally, I'm looking at you. If you mess up one more time, I swear I'll come right off this wall and get you. I will get you. I will.
Oh! Who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Kshot does hop.
Oh, will you shut up? Oh, great. They're making songs about it now. All right, I had to downgrade a little bit, and since fruit doesn't classify as a real house, I'm technically homeless at the moment. You know, money's low. Can we move on? Jeez. But you know, back when I was a kid, whenever I was going through tough times, I always put on SpongeBob. I loved SpongeBob, and to this day, I still think it's probably the greatest comedy animated show of all time. I'm telling you, every single episode from season 1 through 3 is a freaking classic, all leading up to one of the funniest, greatest animated films of all time, the SpongeBob movie. What a perfect way to wrap SpongeBob up so he could be remembered as the animation titan that he truly is. But that's not how it ended. Now, is it, Nickelodeon? Nope, you couldn't just safely land that plane. You had to keep it going till it ran out of gas. Now it's broken, split up into 3 phases. And if you don't remember those 3 phases, let me remind you. You got phase 1, the good phase that everyone quotes and loves. Phase 2, the phase that is so god-awful it makes me question my will to live and faith in humanity. And phase 3, which was still to be determined because, well, it's a little fuzzy because I heard it's actually pretty good, but I'm too traumatized from the past phase to actually check, and also, I just don't really care. But gosh darn it, now I'm curious. So you know what? I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna put on my protective gear, and I'm gonna check out that final phase of SpongeBob really quick.
One eternity later.
Okay, so after extensive research, and by extensive research, I mean I just watched the second SpongeBob movie. SpongeBob. Sponge out of water. Now you can take sponge out of water, but you can't take water out of the sponge, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's wet. Along with one episode of SpongeBob for every year from 2016 all the way to 2021. 2022 does not count, it has too many 2s, I don't trust it. So why don't we start off and talk about that movie first? And might I say, we are already off to an incredible freaking start. It's funny, it's exciting, it actually feels like a true sequel to the original SpongeBob movie. Why didn't you tell me about this, Nickelodeon? After this start, it has to be smooth sailing from here. That was okay. Okay, that was okay. No more cringe. No, I'm being serious. I didn't even cringe once. So let me break this down. So it seems like this phase sacrificed major ha-has and rememberable episodes in favor for no cringe and no gross out humor. This is amazing, which results in just an all right SpongeBob experience. I think I can be okay with that. What was that? What is that? SpongeBob Spinoffs? Spinoffs? No, you didn't. You can't. Steven would never allow this. Yeah, no, he says it right here. Read that, why don't ya? The show is about SpongeBob. He's the core character. It's about how he relates to the other characters, so Patrick by himself might be too much. Did you forget about this? I know you didn't. Explain yourself! Ow! Where am I? Or whatever, let's face it, this happens to me almost every Tuesday. I'm pretty much used to it by now. Ow! Watch it. No. Watch it now. No, I don't want to. Watch it if you ever want to leave. You don't think I can just leave? I can just get up and leave by this door. Fine. But expect many pauses to explain why it's garbage. All right, let's get this over with.
Hi, I'm Patrick Star.
Hi, Patrick Star.
And I live with my parents.
You don't, though. You live in a rock by yourself, alone. Too stupid to be sad and to realize that you can't make furniture out of the floor.
This is my dad.
That is not your dad. This is your dad.
This is my mom.
That is not your mom. This is your mom.
This is my grandpa.
No, that's not. Congratulations, creators of the show. Now you can relate to the episode where Patrick is too stupid to remember what his own parents look like. Now that's a true accomplishment. Not a lot of people can do that, you know.
This is my sister.
Ooh, what?
How are you people?
Okay, the grandpa I can understand because maybe this is a prequel. Maybe he's dead. But the sister? Now you're expecting me to believe that after watching this star under a rock for 20 years, that his sister never came to visit him? Not even once? Now what did you do that made your sister resent you so much, Patrick Star? What did you do? So you probably caught on that I was right, and this is actually a prequel of the original show because, yeah, that was definitely necessary. You know, watching SpongeBob and Patrick screaming offensive language all day, I always looked at myself and thought, yeah, this is all cool, but did Patrick ever star in his own fake TV show made by him and his mysterious sister that doesn't exist? How was his home life? Was his dad there for him? How's Gramps? The people need to know. So Patrick wakes up, makes 2 references to the original show. Yeah, you like SpongeBob? Until Patrick realizes, oh no, I just can't miss that show I star in that apparently exists.
I better get Squidina.
Oh, Patrick, you silly, stupid moron. That's just the prisoner you keep in a knight's costume that attacks you every single time it tries to escape.
Oops, wrong door.
Silly Patrick.
And now, it's the Patrick Show with your host, Patrick Star!
I can do anything because I know nothing. Lack of experience never stopped me.
I don't want to be here anymore.
The Patrick Show is on my imagination because my head is empty. I can fill it with cheese.
I'm just speechless. You have to remember that there's a whole team of people that worked on this. A group of fully developed human brains made this, and they actually thought to themselves, yeah, that's pretty good. It doesn't even have an appropriate resolution to the scene. It's just this, with barely any context, then it ends like nothing happened. You know, Bobby, that's just breaking all the rules of writing. I don't know whether to arrest you or address you as geniuses. Now, this show relies extremely on one concept to write all of its jokes. Most of the time when this show attempts to make jokes, the joke is funny because you say to yourself, well, that's not supposed to happen. Like saying hi to my dad and electrocuting my forehead. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Kissing my pet and getting a face full of spikes blinding me in the process. Well, that's not supposed to happen. Opening up a door to space. Well, that actually is supposed to happen. It actually happens to me all the time. Oh my god! Now, zany humor, unlike Amy Schumer, isn't automatically unfunny. I mean, the original SpongeBob show also had some zany humor in it. Some zany humor in it. Emphasis on the word some. And that show's zany humor didn't always have the same punchline. The jokes in this first episode are so formulaic, lazy, and repetitive. So the main conflict of the first episode is that Patrick is hungry and can't find any food. Found it. Yeah, no, that got resolved in like 2 minutes. Never mind. Oh, it's already over? Are you freaking serious? So this entire episode was just Patrick walking around his house and eating food at the end. Don't applaud, that's terrible. Imagine if in the episode where SpongeBob rips his pants, instead of having a memorable funny life lesson about how you shouldn't repeat jokes or take them too far, yeah, what if instead they just had him change into a new pair of pants and then the episode just ends? That would have been a pretty good episode, huh? I understand the purpose of this episode was to just introduce the characters, but we learned nothing about them. The most interesting thing we learned about them was their existence, because that's apparently all we need to know about them. This is a very well-written show. They should have just listened. Why didn't they just listen? So in the next episode, we actually get to see young SpongeBob. And right off the bat, this episode is much better than the last one. Like, for example, this joke genuinely made me laugh.
Oh, one more box. That tickles. I'm so sorry. I thought you were a box of cereal. Well, I wish.
Why does he wish he was?
You gotta see this.
Oh, and you ruined it with the gross out humor. So glad that's back. And it's only better by default because the main conflict of the episode is that Patrick wants a job. But in this episode, as soon as he gets one, the episode doesn't end because
You barnacle brains are done.
well, that's not supposed to happen. So it seems like with this show, when it's not repeating the same formula for every joke, it's just repeating every joke.
Find my porpoise.
Don't look at me.
Did I find my porpoise?
It's pronounced purpose.
I'm still looking for a porpoise.
What do you want from me?
I mean, take a look at this random break that comes completely out of nowhere. Yeah, remember the My Leg guy that broke his leg every 5 seconds? Oh my. Yeah, what if there was a show about him and all he said was, my leg? Okay.
You are sense.
Where was your leg on Tuesday night?
My leg? My leg? My leg? My leg!
Pretty good stuff, right? I mean, that show existing makes about as much sense as this show existing, so I don't really understand the satire going after. Maybe you're just making fun of the fact that some shows just repeat the same joke over and over again. Wow, that's great satire. Yeah, I really find shows that do that unfunny as well. This scene was completely necessary and definitely doesn't break the flow of the episode. So after becoming a house painter and now I don't even know what this job they're portraying here is. He just puts on a suit, his dad doesn't recognize him for some reason, tips his house over, that's not supposed to happen, and then takes a dime from him. Do you guys know what jobs are? And then after that, he figures out that his fake TV show that he has is his true passion. Does the journey he took have any foreshadowing of him coming up with that conclusion? Nope. Does it end with 2 jokes the show already repeated into the freaking ground? Of course. Do I want to move on now? You betcha. Freaking hot. You couldn't have just thrown another one down? Whoa. They're like freaking babies now. And they're not 2-dimensional anymore. What is this? SpongeBob Cube pants? What's next? SpongeBob Morbius strip pants? Come on, get your guys' shit together. You guys make me sick. So the show's called Kamp Koral. Not to be confused with Camp Crystal Lake, but they're practically the same place. Because just like Camp Crystal Lake, Kamp Koral also has a deranged maniac who immediately tramples a group of children as soon as he wakes up in the morning. Him being a maniac is even in the song. SpongeBob, we'll have you screaming. Oh God, what have you done? Sponge Monster. You suck. You know, one group of children, fine, I can see that as a mistake. But 2 to 3 children after that? Yeah, no, that's a pattern. This sponge needs to be stopped. But all jokes aside, this show is actually much better than the previous show we just were unfortunately witness to. And I think it's mainly because this show actually had Steven Hillenburg as the producer and actually knew of its existence and wanted it to exist. So it seems like, and let me make this clear that this is just speculation, but it seems like he changed his mind on spin-offs just as long as SpongeBob is still the main focus of the show, which makes me hate this show even more. The only thing I just don't understand is, why does it exist? Most of the stuff that happens in this show could totally happen in a regular SpongeBob episode, and nothing would change. They don't utilize the fact that they're kids pretty much at all. They act pretty much exactly how they do in modern SpongeBob episodes. Except Mr. Krabs is revealed to be even more scummy, because anytime he gets an opportunity to rip these kids off, he freaking takes it. But at least the show obviously depicts Mr. Krabs' greediness as his downfall, and by the end of the episode, he's stuck constantly getting the crap kicked out of him by operating this ride for children that somehow is only dangerous to him, all for that sweet, sweet cha-ching. So at least it has some life lessons in it. The art style actually looks pretty nice, and there's not really any cringy moments in it. My only gripe with it is that I just don't think it should exist, and ironically probably only exists because of greed. So that's anyways, I'm done. I'm done. Can I get out now? Can you? I would really like to go back to that stupid pineapple now. Yes, it definitely doesn't smell like rotten fruit and is infested with ants and worms. It's home sweet home. Oh snap! Yay! I'm back. I'm back. You. Why did you do that? You know, just because you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation doesn't mean that you can just eat people and force them to watch. No, don't give me that look. No, do not give me the puppy eye bullshit. You are not gonna slither your way out of this one. Oh, and they're gone. Well, yep, they just left. Well, I guess my plans of disguising my house as an exact replica of SpongeBob's just to lure in Nickelodeon either with them threatening lawsuits or them fishing for yet another SpongeBob spinoff. Yes, I did this all in the pursuit of complaining about why their SpongeBob spinoffs suck to their face. Now, I was not expecting to be eaten. That was completely unplanned and uncalled for. And the reason why I did this was all because I sent them a letter back in 2006 because I hated the new episodes of SpongeBob. So no one can use the, oh, you're just blinded by nostalgia. The first 3 seasons have the same quality as the new ones. No, it's not that. Yeah, no, I hated these episodes of SpongeBob as they were coming out, and they never even answered me back, causing me to exact my revenge 16 years later, and it was kinda of a success. Sure, they're probably not gonna do anything about my complaints, but at least now I can do it in front of an audience and make it somewhat entertaining. Complaining is the best. This is the greatest day of my life. Ah, crap. I forgot to ask him what it was like to be roasted by a 6-year-old in letter form. Damn it.